Okay, so let's take a quick look at some of the safety gear that you'll need once you start kart racing. There's a bunch of different brands, manufacturers of kart racing equipment, so you'll definitely have a big selection to choose from, so you'll be able to find something that fits your budget. So we'll go ahead and we'll start back here with our helmet. We have a Bell helmet, really like Bell helmets. One thing you'll want to do when you pick out your helmet is just make sure that it meets the specifications of whatever track and whatever series you're running, and those specifications can usually be found underneath the padding inside the helmet, just so you can double check that it's going to meet the requirements that you need. We've got a set of kart racing gloves here. Definitely going to want to get yourself a pair of those. Here we've got our race suit, and I would highly recommend that you get a race suit that is designed for kart racing. Tons of different brands of kart racing suits you can choose from, so definitely find something that fits your budget as well. Over here we've got our racing shoes. These aren't necessarily required. You can run basically any shoe that has a closed toe, but what you'll notice with kart racing shoes is they've got this real thin sole on them, which helps the driver get a feeling of the pedals as they're out on the track. And if you do get yourself a set of kart racing shoes and you have a junior driver, just from experience, I'd recommend that when they come off the track, you have them take their shoes off, because they like to run around the paddock and it'll wear through these thin soles in no time. So if you do get kart racing shoes, make sure you have your driver take those off so they're not wearing the soles out on them. Here we've got our rib vest, our rib protector. This isn't necessarily required, but with the G-forces that these go-karts have as you go through a turn, it can put a lot of pressure on your ribs, so it's definitely a good idea to pick yourself up a rib protector and have your driver run a rib protector. Back here we have a neck brace. There's tons of different kinds of neck braces. This happens to be a Liette brace. This is the type of brace we've always ran. These are required for junior drivers, but if you have a senior driver, they don't necessarily have to wear a neck brace. So definitely going to need one of those if you have a junior driver. And then lastly, this is definitely not required for any age, but this is a racing rain suit. So if it rains, you can have your driver put this on over the top of their suit to help keep them dry, because once they get wet, they're pretty much going to be wet for the rest of the day. So it's definitely a good thing to have a nice rain suit so your driver can stay dry throughout the day on a rain race. And that's really it. Just decide what you're going to pick. Tons of different brands like I mentioned, so definitely find something that fits your budget and have a good time at the track.